Imagine, you're auditioning for a solo. You're preparing for your turn, you're spinning around, and then you're laying on the floor laughing. This happened to me last spring, and it's one of the most embarrassing moments in my career as a dancer. However, I've experienced a lot of personal growth in my decade of dance at the Academy of Performing Arts, so I was able to laugh off that moment, get up, and dust myself off. But that's just one way I've grown. There's many others. For example, I'm less likely to give up on things. I've made a whole bunch of friends who are very different from me socially, and I've learned a lot about discipline and how to respect my teachers. Altogether, I've become more resilient and extroverted. Over a decade of dance at the Academy of Performing Arts, I wanted to give up dance many times. To hang up my company jacket and walk out the door. I danced for years without loving it. And while younger me looked forward to going to dance, eventually that passion died and I only danced out of obligation. When you've danced for 6 years, you don't just quit. Thankfully, that love was rekindled and I continued dancing. Now, I'm in the highest level of our company and I take all of our most advanced classes, including some of the classes I wanted to drop, such as ballet. I never loved ballet as a kid, but I just stuck with it. And then I was assigned my most difficult role to date, the Dance of the Four Little Swans. It is a notoriously difficult dance, and I nearly dropped out of ballet altogether. But I didn't, and that led me to getting my first soloist role as the mirror spirit in our ballet, Snow White. Now, I've learned to conquer my fears both in the studio, but also with my peers. In our company especially, we're very close-knit, so I've made a lot of very close friends. Many of these friends are very different from me, so they never would have given me a second chance otherwise. One of these friends is my friend Ellie. Ellie is a senior and she goes to St. Louis High School. Not only that, she is their Palms captain and she's the homecoming queen. So there is no way that we ever would have crossed paths. Another friend is my friend Lily. She went to Ithaca when we first met, so we never would have met. But then she moved to Elma. Still, we never would have crossed paths because she takes drama classes and she's in both the marching and jazz band, while I focus on language and history classes. And few of our dancers go to the same school, but we've still been able to curate our close relationships throughout our years of taking classes together. And while the rules that we have to follow at the studio can be difficult, we've still been able to be very close friends, no matter what happens. Throughout all of the styles of dance, there are still some social rules that you must respect at all times. At the end of every ballet class, curtsy to our instructor and thank her. Now, you must thank your teacher at the end of every class, but ballet especially. Another rule you must follow is seniority. Now, the more experienced and older dancers always get the first pick at the bar, and they always stand at the front and the center. Now, you must also use the honorific of your instructor until you are given specific permission to not. This is kind of hard to follow when you've known them for so long, but I still call my teachers by theirs. And while these rules may seem strict to an outsider, they're just part of the dance world. And while we're still disciplined, we experience close bonds and very fun classes. Altogether, the Academy of Performing Arts has made me more resilient and extroverted. Because I never give up on dance, I've learned to persevere through hard times and not give up. I've also learned to talk to those who are different from me socially, which can also be difficult. And not only that, but I've learned to observe and apply social rules no matter the setting. When I fell out of my turn at that solo, I never expected to get it. But I got the solo, and without the Academy of Performing Arts, I never would have been able to laugh off such an embarrassing moment.